Hello and welcome back. Today in Need for Speed Unbound, we're going to be looking at an SUV, which is odd. One, because I don't really care for SUVs, and two, because who thought it would have been viable at all in this game? And that is going to be the BMW X6. So, taking a look at the engine here, we are going to be using the 4.9 liter flat 12. For the parts, everything is elite. So elite induction, ECU, fuel system, exhaust, and the elite screw supercharger with sport nitrous, elite road suspension, super brakes, elite grip tires, elite clutch, the pro 6-speed gearbox, the elite differential, and I have super nitrous grip and super nitrous drift. For the handling, we are looking at 100% grip with steering sensitivity high and downforce 1 to the left with traction control off, and I have the drift entry for this as gas and brake tap. So that is going to give us a top speed of 191 miles per hour, a 0 to 60 of 2.7, and a quarter mile of 10.3. All of these numbers are very surprising to me because this is a huge car. But yeah, I say let's go check it out and see if this is actually worth it or not. Alright, so here we are on the Scenic Route to see if this will even do any good against the AI at all. So I mean, off the line it doesn't appear to be bad. I'm catching and passing people. And we're almost into second, which for an SUV is kind of surprising. And now I just have to catch and pass Lyric and I'll be good. So the reason I have both brake and gas tap as my drift entry on this race is because the first one doesn't really want to seem to drift you around the corner much. So you need that second one to actually get the drift started properly. Otherwise, you're just going to miss the drift into the corner, and it was pointless for you to even try to drift it in the first place. So as you can see, I was a little bit there, and it might have been because of the high speed. The quicker speed I was going. Oh, Lord, I need to pay attention to my driving. All right, sorry about that. Yeah. So I think it was because of the higher speed, it started to maybe drift a little bit better there than it had in other cases. This thing kind of handles like a boat, but it also kind of is a boat because it's an SUV and they're oversized monstrosities. Yeah, there I had to use both to actually get the drift going the way I would have wanted it to. I mean, as far as speed and acceleration go, it's not bad at all. It's just the handling which needs help. Right there, I couldn't even get it to go into the drift. And then right there, I did it no problem. So it's kind of hit or miss with this thing whether or not it actually wants to go into the drift or not. Oh, there we go. I was lost to where I was going for a second. I mean, it builds up your super boost pretty easy. It seems like some cars build it up better than others do. I don't know why that is, but it's something I've noticed. It could just all be in my head. But maybe there's something to it as well. It seems like some cars get you the burst NOS filled up no problem, and then other cars are like, what's burst NOS? I'm not going to do that. It's my lead. Oh, I'm over 500 yards and gaining, so that's not bad. I mean, granted, this is against the AI. This isn't against good human drivers. Although it seems like a lot of those don't exist in the races I get into anyway. I mean, that was a nice little drift around that corner there. The only one even anywhere near me is Lyric, and I'd love to know how he just smoked 300 yards between us. I wish games like this would stop putting rubber banding in. That's not a necessary feature. If I am smoking the AI because I have a better car, a better build, then that should be it. It shouldn't just arbitrarily go, hey, you're too far away from the rest of the pack. We're going to just let them randomly catch up with you. That has never made sense to me in the history of games ever, why anybody would do that. Oh no, I was thinking of a different race, didn't realize this one I had to go through that corner and I couldn't just cut it like the other race. But as you can see, I am back to being 400 yards ahead of Lyric and 1,000 for everybody else. And Lyric really isn't that much better than any of these other drivers. It's just because I bet against him that they're like, oh, he's got to stay close because we have to make this interesting, right? Rather than just actually making the AI good. I mean, I understand they're trying not to frustrate players with AI that just beat you every single time. But I have this on the hardest difficulty setting, so I'm asking you to give me a challenge, yet they're still not really a challenge. And the cops are no more of a challenge at this level. The only thing that's more of a challenge is instead of having full health, you only have 60% of what you would typically have. So the cops can hit you less to disable you, that's it. Or if, you know, you run into traffic and buildings and stuff too much on your own. Oh god. Like that. So, I mean, it's not a bad build. It's not my favorite build. I don't know if I'll waste my time actually building it over on multiplayer or not. But yeah, I'm going to try one more race just to see if it does any differently in that one. Alright, here we are on Rapid Transit, which is a pretty good straightaway race with a couple of corners here and there, and a lot of off-roading. A lot more than I think there should be, but that's my opinion. Because I thought these were street races, personally. Alright, so all I have to do is catch and pass Mr. Lyric here. Oops, or, you know, accidentally take him down. Because that definitely was not my intent. But I think it worked out for him because he's still in second place. And only 83 yards behind me. Thank you, Mr. Officer, for that nice little amount of burst nos. Oh, brother. Okay, good. Every time I see a train right there, I get worried that I'm going to have to hit it going through here because it's blocking the way. But I'm glad to see it wasn't blocking it for once. Alright, so it's holding 165 through this corner pretty well. And then we're topping out at 192 down the straight, so that's pretty good. I mean, that holds in line with what my RSX does. And they have about the same top speed, though I think my RSX handles a little bit better. Oh lord. That was one messed up section right there. But accidents happen. What can you do? Alright. Let's see if I can get through this section without messing up. And maybe get a little burst. Nope. No burst. Oh well. It seems like it handles on this dirt pretty well, so that's a positive. And we'll not have to worry about the train because it's not even there. Nice amount of burst right there. That's good. And we're rev banging again down the straight. I'll be interested to see what my final time in this is. Hopefully I don't mess anything up too poorly. Hopefully. I already messed this corner up once, unfortunately. Which will probably affect my time by about, 5 seconds is my guess. And we're trying not to hit anything. Down through here. And now we're just on the home stretch. Now all we got to do is get to the end without crashing. And you can crash in this area if you're not careful. Ooh, full burst. Nice. And we'll just keep bursting even though we're rev banging. And that gave us a final of... What was my time? Come on, what was my time? Of 2:55. Figure probably lost about 2 or 3 seconds when I screwed up that corner. So it would have been about 2:53, 2:52. I mean, that's not a bad run at all. That's actually way better than I expected for this boat. All right. I can't say I do or don't recommend purchasing this vehicle and building it out. It's not one of my favorites, but it handled surprisingly better than I expected it to, and it was much faster than I actually expected it to be. So if you really like BMW or really like SUVs or both, go ahead and get this vehicle. It seems like it's right up your alley. And that's going to do it for me today. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave some comments, and I'll see you in the next one.